back. So if anybody has a yes or no question, they could put it in the chat. Let me just adjust something here. And then just put that for 10 minutes now. So if anybody has a yes or no question, you can put it in the chat. So let's see. I had to restart the chat on the live stream. Okay, let's see. But just so that I don't waste any time, I'm going to just throw in another reading. Let's see. Let's see what the collective needs to know. Let's see, what does the collective need to know? Let's see. So this is part 2 of the live stream. So if anybody has yes or no questions, you can put it in the chat. If not, I'll start another reading. And then you're going to have to wait until after I finish the reading to post your question, and then I will answer when I give the cue. So okay, let's see. Let's see what other deck I want to use. Actually, I'm going to use a different deck. Going into the Maruk X Divine Timing Oracle deck. This is also another timing deck, but it's yes or no. Okay. Let's see what comes out for the collective. This is for all signs, not any specific sign. It's for whoever the message resonates with. Some or parts of the message may resonate with you, other parts may not. And don't try to force a storyline that isn't yours. Okay. All right. So what is a collective? Okay, we got healing. Healing can't be rushed. Breathe through it, work through it, and learn from it. Well, I'm not answering general questions. I only answer yes or no questions. When I start offering readings, personal readings, then I'll be able to answer general questions. But at this time, I'm only answering yes or no questions. Okay. And that was for everyone and for cats. Okay. Okay. So, hi Kathleen, hi Suvra, hi cats. Okay, imaginary corner. Okay, so I'm going to answer imaginary corners first, and then I'll answer everybody else's. Okay, is Ali going to contact end this month? Is Ali going to contact end this month? It's looking like a yes, and that message may be coming very quickly. Hopefully, it isn't one that incites an argument or it may be like a very passionate communication. It may see, but it's like, yes. Ali is going to contact N this month. I hope that helps. Okay. Now let me go back up. For Suva's question, did Lippy read the message that Suva sent yesterday? Did Lippy read the question Suva sent yesterday? Oh, excuse me. It's saying yes, But they may be thinking about how to respond, if they want to respond or not respond. But it's saying, yes, they did read your message. I hope that helps, Suvra. Okay, Kathleen. Will Steve and Kathleen get back together soon? Last time somebody asked me a question like that, I'm like, no, I don't want them back. And if hopefully that's not you, Kathleen, because I don't know why someone would ask. Honestly, I'm going to be very honest right now. I don't know why someone would ask if somebody will get back together. I'm like, you're part of the dynamic. So you have a choice. You could say no, So hopefully that's not you, Kathleen. All right. So will Steve and Kathleen get back together again soon? Will Steve and Kathleen get back together again soon? You're welcome, Suvra. You're welcome, Imaginary Corner. So Kathleen and Steve. Will Kathleen and Steve get back together? Ooh, not soon. I don't know if somebody's juggling right now or they're just they're out of whack. But it's looking like a no right now. Then there needs to be certain things that need to balance out before that happens. I don't know if that's on your side or their side, but it's looking like a no, Kathleen. I hope that helps. Okay. All right. Does anybody else have a question? A yes or no question? Okay. You're welcome, Kathleen. Reverse some of the cards. Switch it up a little. Switch up the energy. Oh, 717. Okay, that's awesome. 7 8. 17. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go into a reading right now. Okay, so the first card that we have here from the Divine Timing Unveiled card is healing. Healing can't be rushed. Breathe through it, work through it, and learn from it. And then we have the month November. So Scorpio or Sagittarius season may be significant. That could be your birth month, or that could be the person you're dealing with's birth month. If it's a love situation, right? Resistance, no resistance. They are resisting the connection. Their higher self is telling them it's not the right time. Could take years. So it kind of makes sense. If someone has a lot of healing to do, it can take years. But that's if the person is willing to put in the work. If the person is resisting going through the healing process, taking accountability for their behavior, being honest with themselves, being clear with themselves, and even acknowledging some things that have been going on externally as well as internally, it can take years if the person is not wanting to do the work, But we have last test. It says, yes, last test. Still the same person, nothing has changed, but have you learned your lesson? And it says, until you learn the lesson. So I don't know if some of you are trying to make something happen with someone who's not ready to be in a relationship. Someone who has to do a lot of healing, who may be resisting healing or even resisting the connection itself, resisting healing the connection. But then we have, yes, newfound courage. They worked up the courage to express their true feelings for you. I added the for you. I don't know why it doesn't say that. It says express their true feelings this month. I don't know if some of you have been dealing with someone for years. Like this could have been an ongoing cycle that's been going on for years where someone may have been resisting healing. Maybe somebody has some sort of habits and behaviors that were detrimental to your relationship, to your connection, and the person has been resisting any changes, or you have been resisting those changes, or resisting the relationship itself. You could take it as it resonates, but there's going to be some opportunity for this person to prove themselves. And if they don't, you're going to have to make a decision to either express your feelings about what actions you want to take with the connection, or if you want to just close out the connection and move on to something new. This month is April. You know, we saw April showing up in the cards, right? So, let's see. Healing, healing, healing. I'm going to go into the Answer Oracle to see what this could be regarding. I'm going to clarify each card with one card from the Answer Oracle. So the first card we have, we're going to be clarifying, is healing. Healing can't be rushed. Breathe through it, work through it, and learn from it. So what is this healing entailing? What is this healing? What is this healing regarding? Oh, that card flew out. Health. Exercise, diet, sleep, mental relaxation. I don't know if somebody's healing from mental stress, anxiety, depression. Someone may suffer from insomnia because of that. Someone may be in an actual healing process with their entire health. I don't know if someone's gone through something that is going to require healing on their part, like physical healing. You know, sometimes people have like these stuff going on within them and healing needs to be done, but someone may not be doing what they need to do. Whatever this healing is, it's affecting the relationship, but it could be like a lack of sleep, lack of exercise. It'll be poor diet. It could be mental relaxation, needing to relax, needing to stress, decompress. Okay. It's funny, health came out for healing. It's like, duh, we know that. Heal is in health, right? Can we get another one for healing? Because I need more than that. That's very generic, basic. Can you tell us more, Spirit? Secrets. Codes, treasures, bribes, disguise. I don't know if somebody's pretending to be okay. I mean, it kind of makes sense because people who go through depression or anxiety or even stress, they tend to act like there's nothing going on. They could be in denial. They could be resisting the fact that they are stressed, that they're overwhelmed, that they're, experiencing mental health issues. What else? I need another one because I need more. This one. Chat, exchange information, disclose information, inquire. See, someone needs to communicate whatever it is that they're keeping secret about their health or the type of healing that they need to do is something that they need to discuss. Maybe somebody needs to go to therapy. Somebody needs some therapy. Talk therapy. It's funny because I was about to go into the resistance card, clarify that. And we're talking about therapy. No, resistance. They're resisting the connection. Their higher self is telling them it's not the right time. But it's tied to healing. And then we have timing, deadline, synchronization, rhythm, moment. It's not the right time. This person either they feel like they have to wait for the right moment to take the necessary actions, or they're reaching some sort of deadline. Especially if this is something that's been going on for years. Can you tell me more about timing and resistance? I might need to pull tarot for this too. Threat. Viewed natural enemy, deadly threat. I feel like somebody's health. Viewed natural enemy, deadly threat. I feel like whoever this is, and it doesn't have to be, let's take love off the table. right? Let's just think about someone's general health and healing that they need to do. Someone definitely needs to take time to get them the help that they need, because it's going to come to a head and God knows what the end result may be. Because I'm saying natural enemy, deadly threat, deadly threat. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but I feel like, I don't know if this is external. Maybe somebody's dealing with someone who is not healthy, maybe a bad influence. And that may be where the resistance is coming from too. Not wanting to acknowledge the truth. Not saying that something needs to change. That maybe they need to change the person. Chaos, instability, unrest, unpredictability, and corruption. I don't know if there is some sort of chaos going around, if there is drama, toxicity going on with the chaos and threat and timing. It's like something is going to come to a head if something's not done or changed. I feel like somebody is going to be going through some sort of tower moment, and we do see the clock tower. Some of you may have lived somewhere where there is a clock tower. The first place I could think of is London, but I know there's other places around the world that have clock towers. I know we have one, I believe, in Brooklyn or the Brooklyn Bridge, around that area. So that may be significant. New York may be significant. London, like the UK, England, anywhere where you may see a lot of crows. And it's funny, it says timing, chaos. This could be even karma. All right, what is this last test? Hi, Maricia. Hi, Romina. How are you? Okay, what is this last test? It says, yes, last test. Still the same person, nothing has changed, but have you learned your lesson? So there may be someone that you've been dealing with. It could be the same person that needs to heal, that needs to take care of themselves, or just needs to get out of a situation that is detrimental to their health. But take it as it resonates, because some of these messages, not all of the messages are going to resonate with everybody. But there may be somebody who has made promises about making changes, but they're not really doing the work. And the fact that you may be continuing to deal with this person has been a test. And then you're going to continue to go through whatever cycle you may have been going through with this person until you learn the lesson, whatever that lesson is. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be romantic, but it could be with a family member. You know, sometimes we give our family members the benefit of the doubt, and we try to help them, but they still do the same thing over and over again. They could be freeloading. They could have issues with addiction. God bless their souls, and hopefully not God rest their soul. So, because I saw the deadly threat thing. But some of that may be what's going on. But last test, still the same person, nothing has changed, but have you learned your lesson? So I see coy, I see empty, perseverance, good fortune, yin, yang, ambition. So I feel like depending on what happens, but I need to know more about what this last test is. Clean, purify, empty practice. It's something that you need to cleanse yourself of. And I think once you detach or separate yourself from something and clear your energy, you may be seeing some sort of abundance coming in for you. A change of fortune, good luck, more balance. Okay, this one, trust, sincerity, respect, carefulness, support. Earlier when I was starting the reading, one of the cards that came out that I saw, and I'm going to check if it's at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to check this card right here and then the card in the bottom. But the card I remember was process. And then one of the things automatically when I see process is trust the process. So I want to see what card this is. Stream, desire, omen, nightmare, fantasy, peace, Harmony, order, calmness, serenity. I think if you, some of you take pass the test. I'm not sure what exactly this test is because it could be different for everybody. It could be the actual exam, but I don't think it's that. It has something to do with somebody or something with somebody. It could be with anything that involves another person, but it doesn't even have to be another person. They could just be something that you keep repeating and you get into another opportunity to do things right. Are you going to be trusting in yourself? Are you going to trust yourself? Have you not trusted yourself before? Have you let your judgment be clouded? Are you allowing toxic influences interfere with your abundance? Are you dealing with people who may not be in alignment to your purpose, your path, where you're meant to go or where you want to go? Are you allowing yourself to be held back? These are questions, to ask yourself. Are you putting your peace at stake? Is your peace at stake? I feel like this test could be a matter of what are you willing to do to protect your peace? Do you trust that you will make the right decision to protect yourself, protect your peace? Let's see. I saw the card, the jealousy card. Hopefully it's still there. Yeah. With the cat. Okay. Side message. I don't know if some of you have issues with trust because of jealousy, insecurities, because jealousy is tied to insecurity. It's tied to a sense of lack. If you feel like, are you being tested in some way? If you know what I mean, like you're being tested, like things that will incite jealousy within you, or this could be a person who has issues with jealousy. Someone who may be jealous, that may not be trusting you or you're not trusting them. Take it as it resonates. But possessiveness, competitiveness, dependence, and paranoia. There's some sort of test coming for either you or whoever you're dealing with that may show whether or not this person has changed or not. And it may be the last test. It may be the straw that breaks the camel's back, meaning this last test is going to make or break the connection or the situation, whatever it is. However, so it's until someone learns the lesson. It could be you or them. Is someone going to trust that the other person is being sincere and honest, or are they going to let their insecurities interfere with the relationship? All right, what's this newfound courage this month? Seek, guidance, help, miracle. They worked up the courage to express their true feelings. Guidance, help, miracle. So it's saying seek guidance, seek help, looking for a miracle, searching for a miracle, hoping for a miracle. But that's going to be like when you have a newfound courage. Some of you may be working up the courage to do something, or there may be somebody working up the courage to express their feelings to you, vice versa, from however it resonates. It may be happening this month. Maybe somebody sought guidance or advice from somebody that may have helped them, or maybe some of you need guidance in making some sort of decision or willing or advice about how to be more courageous. Maybe some of you needed someone to help you realize that you need to be more courageous, or maybe someone else did. So maybe somebody sought guidance or advice from someone, and they may have been motivating, may have given somebody the I don't want to keep repeating the word courage, but the bravery, the confidence to come forward and express their feelings. What else? Okay. Caught it. Passion, hobbies, preferences, or interests. So some of you, it could be a love situation, right? Somebody expressing their true feelings about you. Or some of you, it could be you, taking a leap of faith or being more courageous or brave to go after what it is that you want to do. Some sort of passion project, a hobby, something like that, where you're going to have to seek guidance. You may need counsel. You may need advice. If you're looking, if somebody has been hoping or praying for something, some of you may be even going to church, you know, asking for spiritual guidance too. It doesn't have to be going to church. You could be talking to God yourself, you know, praying, meditating. That card fell. Didn't I mention the card process? I mentioned the process card. Look at that. Trust the process. Are you trusting the process? Are you gaining more information or insight about the process you need to take when it comes to something passionate, something that you're passionate about, or someone you're passionate about? Some of you maybe have outgrown a phase of being fearful, you know? I don't know if some of you may have felt like you were a coward, you know, but now you feel more confident where you are, what you've learned, because it says journey, growth, path, experiences. Maybe you felt like, or you're having a better understanding of the experiences you have and the value they have in whatever new venture you may be entering. And it could be a new relationship, it could be a new project, a new job, or even a new career field, a career path. Remember what I was saying about a test and about how things can change? Like if you clear something out, depending on how you're doing the test, it could bring you good fortune. But if depending on how you're doing this test and how else it resonates with this reading to you, things may start to speed up. It says surge, flow, addiction. And I mentioned earlier, somebody may have had some sort of addiction. You know, we have the dream card at the split. Desire, omen, nightmare, fantasy. The addiction could be to negative mindsets, negative thinking, negative habits, addictions, actual addictions. Someone may be also having the courage to finally take the necessary steps to pursue healing, and they're getting the guidance. I said something about therapy earlier. So maybe somebody needs therapy. Maybe somebody may be seeking therapy, maybe going through the healing process, you know? And then through this healing process that they're going through, where they're seeking guidance or counsel, this is where this could be the advice and this could be the outcome. The outcome could be like if someone does what they need to do to get the help that they need for whatever it is, whatever issue, habit, addiction, pattern, whatever it is, new project, whatever, however it resonates, because everybody's situation is different. It's going to be a positive outcome, you know? I feel like it's gonna create new opportunities and help somebody pass the test, allowing them to see the results that they would like to see, or even see positive changes in their life. You know, seeing their luck change, their fortune change. They may be more respected and trusted by people if that has been a process before. So, and that takes time too. If there has been any dishonesty, you know, to rebuild trust is a process, you know. I think somebody may have been jealous. There may have been jealousy if this is a romantic situation, you know, or it could be somebody was jealous of you and that's something that they're dealing with. They may be going to counseling maybe they have some sort of insecurity or personality disorder. That may not resonate with everybody. Yeah, rules, laws, and written rules. Comply. Someone's going to be following the rules, complying with the process, following the advice, I would say, complying with the advice, following the advice, taking the advice. I'm trying to find the right way to say it. That's why I'm saying it in different ways. It's like coming out in different ways. I don't know if somebody had fear of betrayal or something, but that could be something of the toxic. That could be somebody's threat. There may have been an actual threat, or there could have been one that was a perceived threat. Remember, perception isn't reality, you know? Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not, you know? But I feel like you see prosperity. If someone passes a test, they're going to see a change of luck. They're going to see abundance, wealth, good luck, and blessings. but it's going to take time. It's going to take courage. It's going to take following the process, complying, following the rules, following the guidelines, following or taking the advice, no longer resisting to healing and admitting to healing, admitting to the need. What did I say? I don't know what I just said. I feel like I said something wrong right now. Okay. So I'm going to close this reading out. This is very different from what I read earlier today. But prosperity is a good thing right there. I love that. It's like the golden apple. Oh, I don't know if somebody had issues with money, spendthrift, waste, that gambling. That could be somebody's addiction. But yeah. So let's see. I'm going to look at the chat right now. Okay, I see Arushi. Yes, I'm only answering. I'm not answering that question. I'm not answering that question. I don't want to answer that question. Does anybody have a yes or no question that doesn't involve incest? Okay. I think you should talk to them about that. I'm not reading that question. That's a no. That's a no for me, dog. No. I'm not answering that question. I'm not getting in the middle of that. Does anybody have a yes or no question that I am willing to answer? Then follow your intuition. Trust your intuition. Don't trust my intuition. Trust yours if you know them. I don't know them. I'm not going to answer the question. I'm actually going to delete it. Sorry. Trust your intuition. I don't know them, and I'm not want to get in the middle of that. Okay. Does anybody else have a question that's related to them? Okay. I don't like doing drama readings. Drama, like I don't, because I don't want something. No, yeah, definitely don't. Yeah. Okay. Boundaries. Done. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else? Do I have any other cards? Yes, I do. I have my favorite. Well, it's not my favorite. A new deck that I've started using this week. It's the Pocket Archetype deck. Okay. Okay, the Village. We got the Village card. The Village People. That song, the YMCA. For the Village People. Oh, the Gnosis came out again. The Bridge. Okay. Let's see what the Village is about. The Village. The Village. The Village. Okay, the place. Okay, young man. Okay, the Bridge. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. No, 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 no. I saw that. Oh my gosh. That card was at the split of the deck. Okay, I think I have to read that one. I saw that card and it stood in my mind. I was looking up village and I went to the bridge. Okay. Where's that card at? The bridge. Okay, I'm gonna go to the village and then I'm gonna look for that bridge card because I don't know why I went to that. Okay. The village, the hometown, the family, the tribe. In the light, it's intimate, rooted, intergenerational, and communal. In the dark, it's small-minded, gossipy, and trapped, restricted. And the village represents. I want to say represents. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's a very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists. One most villagers do not want you to cross. Somebody's feeling like they're feeling trapped. It sounds like that. Though some support you leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. This is about exploring uncharted territory. This is about leaving your comfort zone and going towards the unknown. You know, there's things that you're curious about. There may be people who support you going into something new and exploring what lies ahead for you, but there may be other people who may not support you. And I would say when it comes to that type of situation, that's like indicating that some of you may have to cut certain people out of your life or not include them in this phase of your life, this journey that you're heading towards. And it's interesting that I wanted to go to the bridge card because in a way, when you leave your village, leave your hometown, and you go somewhere else, you're creating a bridge. The bridge from where you came from to where you're heading. That's like an invisible bridge. I'm making, just go with me, like just imagine, you're bridging your past to your future. Where you were and where you're going. Wherever you came from is going to always be a part of you, and you're going to take that with you wherever you go. That's where the bridge comes in. I want to find that card, even though I don't need to, but I want to take it out because I feel like it's important. Maybe I don't need the card. I don't want to waste any time. So I'm just going to go back to the book. But damn, I would like to hold the card up too. When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. Down on my knees, I want to take you there. In the midnight hour, I can feel your power. That's all the prayer card, just like a prayer. All right, the bridge, the connection, the link, the gates. And the light is acceptance, magic, and communication. And when in the dark, it's lacking boundaries, forcing connection. Thank you for the love. I see the hearts. Thank you. And I see the connection, the link, the gates. Bridges are built to connect two worlds. See, remember I was talking about bridging your village, the village, where your hometown, wherever you're from, to where you're headed, right? Okay, they create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. This archetype is the gesture of acceptance, of saying yes, rather than withdrawing, separating, and saying no. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. We open up to otherness. Healing and communication are made possible. We enter the state of curiosity, wonder, and learning. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday world and the sacred. This card asks us to study the connections between the seemingly disconnected parts of our life, relationships, ideologies, and histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced. It must be made with love, or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life. So some of you are definitely going into some sort of change of scenery, change of environment, some sort of transition. I don't know if some of you are either, it could be, some of you may be entering relationships, getting married, and now you're leaving your family home and now you're going to have a home of your own. Some of you may be going to college and starting your own college journey, maybe moving to a campus, like living on a dorm, being away from your family. It could also be like some of you may be leaving your hometown for a new job opportunity, or you may be leaving a country, you know. It's like saying that wherever you're going, you're still going to be connected. But the most important thing to remember to remain and continue to stay connected is to not force something and not remember, appreciate where you came from. Some people may come from different situations where they really want to run away from their past, but you can't really run away from yourself. And your past is a part of yourself. It isn't who you are, but it is a part of who you are. It's what's made you who you are. A strong, courageous, curious, loving, protective, nurturing, whatever fill in the blank of however you feel about yourself. It's made you who you are. It's a part of who you are. It's not who you are, but it is a part of who you are. It's a part of your history. It's a part of your story, you know? So what I'm thinking outside of what the book says is like, you can't run away from your past, but know that it is a part of what's allowing you to move forward to something new, whatever that new it is for you. And if it's not anything like you're trying to run away from your past, it could be that you're just entering a new phase in your life where it's uncharted territory for you. You're going to have to be curious. You have to be open to learning and knowing that wherever you came from, there may be people who will support you along the journey, may not be with you on the journey, but they will be supportive of you in that journey. And there may be some people who aren't, and you know who to keep in contact with. You know who to stay connected to. You connect to who connects to you, you know, and that bridge has to be one where it's both people or both places complying and giving and supporting and loving, you see? Because if one end of the bridge could have a strong foundation, but if the other one isn't in alignment, the one end of the bridge may be very weak and unstable. And any part of the bridge, regardless of what part it is and whose part it is, it can create a disastrous effect, you know, a tower moment. A lot of cards came out. I'm sorry. All my cards just fell on the floor. But that's what I'm getting from that. So I don't know if some of you are going through some sort of transition. And I mentioned this yesterday in yesterday's live, that some of you may be going through some sort of transition, a move, a change of scenery, a change of environment. Some of you may be going through even a different life phase, you know? I don't know if some of you are like going from teenager to young adult, or like from your 20s to your 30s, 30s to your 40s, so on and so forth, you know? It could be something like that. But remember that everything is interconnected. All your experiences are connected to where you are right now. They have shaped who you are. And if you're very wise and you take time to reflect on your experiences and how they have ultimately led you to who you are or who you want to be, then that's where this bridge is connected. You know, it doesn't have to be connected to anybody else's, but it could just be you remaining connected to your own story, not trying to rewrite history and because of parts that you are ashamed of or you don't want to acknowledge. You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of us have that. But as ugly as some parts of our personal stories are, they're a testament to our strength, our perseverance, our bravery, and even our resilience, you know? So ultimately, what I'm getting is just don't disconnect from parts of yourself or parts of your past that hold meaning and are valuable and have contributed to you being the person you are. Okay? All right, so does anybody have a yes or no question? Okay, I see Roshni has a question. Okay, Roshni, how are you doing? Let me answer your question. Will Rohit's contact Roshni? Will Rohit's, I'm not answering one, or I'm not answering who, what, when, where, or why questions. Who, what, when, where, why, or how. So I could ask, or we could rephrase your question is to will Rohit contact Roshni? Okay. I hope you feel better. So let's see. Will Rohit contact Roshni? Will Rohit contact Roshni? It's saying no. I didn't say this before, but I read for current energy and it's looking like a no. You got the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. I don't know if somebody betrayed somebody, hurt somebody, but this is like an ending. I don't know if your relationship has already ended and it may be time for you to move on. And the fact that this card came out in the reverse is indicating that it may be you that's not willing to let go, to release the situation. I see the star card in the bottom. And for me, it's saying that it's time for you to heal. It's time for you to take care of yourself, nourish yourself, focus on yourself. Don't stay stuck waiting for something that may never happen. I say may because anything can change. People change their minds all the time. That's how it is. But I would say right now, this is time for you to focus on yourself, focus on your healing and nurturing yourself. Okay? But you already know. You already know. But if it's been a month already, then I think it may be time for you to move on. And who knows, maybe when you've moved on, this person may come back around. Who knows? People change their mind all the time. But I hope everything works out and I hope you do feel better. Okay. Does anybody have a yes or no question they'd like to ask? Does anybody have a yes or no question that they'd like to ask? Let me see. ¿Qué hora es? 7:50. Okay, does anybody have a yes or no question that me to answer? Okay. Eight likes, 8 people here. Let me see something. I'm gonna change the settings. Subscribers. I'm gonna change it to 5 minutes. Okay, I just adjusted it. So anybody who's been a subscriber for the last 5 minutes or longer can now send messages. If you have to, you could refresh the live stream so that to see if you can start answering you can put your question in the chat. Because I'm going to be ending the live stream soon. So I want to give some people an opportunity if they've been waiting. Actually, I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it again. I'm going to change it to 1 minute because if you've been waiting already, then I want you to be able to get a question in. Let me see if I changed it. Oh, yes, it was a lot. It was a lot. Hi, Andre. How are you? What's your question? Okay, let's answer Jackpal Singh's question. Okay, let's see. Should Simran wait for Ansh? Should Simran wait for Ansh? Oh my gosh. It's saying yes. I think it's saying yes, but I don't know. Me personally, I will not tell anybody to wait for anybody, regardless if they're a woman. I'm telling a man to wait for a woman, or a woman wait for a man, or man wait for a man, or woman. I will never tell anybody to wait for anybody, you know. But it's saying yes, yes. This is the weird thing that came up to my mind, though. I think for some reason the phrase "it's worth the wait." So maybe something that's worth the wait. But you take that as it resonates, okay? But you got a yes. Just don't overthink it, okay? Oh, thank you, Andre. Okay, so let's... Wow. But the thing is, what if they're waiting for you? He gives you no response? This is where your intuition has to come in, because 3 years, waiting for somebody 3 years, I didn't know that. And like I said before, I will never tell anybody to wait for anybody. Cards or not. Tarot cards or not. I won't tell anybody to wait. You know, I think you probably reached that limit with the Knight of Wands, and you know what you have to do. If you feel like you need to move on, then move on. Ultimately, it's your decision. You know, you decided to wait 3 years. You could decide to not wait anymore. It's your decision. You know, you have to remember you have the power, not me, not tarot cards, you. Okay, so you get to decide. It's looking like it. It's looking like it. Okay, so take care of yourself. You know, I think the Nine of Wands may not have been a yes, but even though the card was upright, it was a yes. But it's not worth the torture you're putting yourself through waiting. It's not worth it emotionally. You know, and ultimately you're hurting yourself waiting for someone who probably has already let you know that by not taking any action that they have no intention to. Okay. So I would say, detach, focus on what really matters, what's present in your life, what is actually giving to you, and then you see what happens. Something better may come along, or someone else may have a change of heart. But ultimately, it's supposed to be what's for your highest good. And waiting for someone is not for your highest good. If it's causing you a lot of stress and anxiety. Okay. So Andre's question. Will Andre get an apartment soon? Will Andre get an apartment soon? Okay, this card flipped first of yes. It's saying yes. I don't know how long you've been waiting. I don't know if it's like 4 months. Around 4 months. I could be wrong. If you've been waiting for 4 months, it might be coming soon. It might be coming in May or within the next 5. It could be 5 months from now, 5 weeks from now. 5 days is a little soon, but it could be around there. So it could be up to, you could be waiting or have been waiting for 4 to 5 months, but it could be within the next month or the next 5 months, I would say. So that's just a time frame. It could be sooner than that, but up to 5 months from today. I hope that helps. 1.5 years you've been waiting. Okay. So it could be like, we have the 4th here, the 4th, 5. It could be 4 to 5 weeks or 4 to 5 months. Maybe 4 to 5 days. I don't really like giving time frames so much, but that might be helpful. That might give you an idea. But I don't know what the Tower is. I don't know what happened for you to end up in this situation, or it could be like, I don't know, something happened where you had to leave a house unexpectedly, and you don't have to put your business out there because I don't, but oh, I don't have that yet. But I don't know if the news of an apartment may be coming to you unexpectedly, or I don't know if something happened that in the past as the Tower, something that happened unexpectedly that put you in this current situation. But ultimately, I hope that everything works out for you. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope everything works out for you. And if it's that amount of time, that will give you an opportunity to continue saving money so that when you do get your apartment, you can have it the way you want it. You can have your man cave. I'm assuming you're a man, so you could be a woman or a woman cave. Okay. You're welcome, Andre. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Because I kept calling a guy Mick. I kept calling him Mika or Mika. I didn't know. And I remember, I was like, oh, he's a man. Mick. Well, okay, thank you for letting me know. All right, so everybody, I'm going to be ending this live stream now. I hope everybody has a great day. Wherever you are, a great evening. I hope you enjoy the holiday weekend and you stay safe, you stay warm, you stay loved, and I'll see you next time. Okay. The next time I go live will be on Monday because I don't go live during the weekends. So that's my time for my family and for whatever errands or rest that I need. So I hope everybody enjoys the weekend and I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for joining, subscribing, liking, engaging, allowing me to read for you. And I'm sending you so much love and light. Bye. And thank you so much for your patience too. Bye, everyone. Take care.